Hi there, 4th graders. This is Mr. Poe. Today you're going to have to go ahead and finish up your sculptures that you made with slabs. Last time you were here, remember you made a slab? Your names are on the underside, so when they're going to get delivered, that's what they're going to do. Is you have to be super duper careful when you're carrying these around and you put them down. If you put them down and they spread out, they're going to break along this line right here. If they break, they can be fixed. You'll have to score them and slip them back together. However, they're going to fall apart the whole time while you're working on them because they need time to dry. So when you get yours back, it's a good idea when you get your tools, you're going to need a slip for your table. You're going to need a fancy, expensive cutter. These are very expensive. Be careful with them. You need to have 2 other tools of your choice. I'm getting one of these and one of these. And for sure, you also need to have a fork for scoring because it makes it quick. When you get your tools, you might want to put a little clay down like this on the outside. This prevents it from when you're putting things weight on this so that it doesn't go ahead and split and splay its way out and do the splits. So I'm going to just sort of turn this one like that and put this clay there. You're going to have to go ahead, and the first thing you're going to want to do is start to build. Probably for most of you, you're going to build a head. So if you don't know what to do, build the head first, okay? Easiest way to build a head is just take a ball of clay. You could leave it like this. If it's something going to be very, very large, you don't want it to be too heavy. So you might want to actually make it bigger by just making it sort of flat, like a slab. And this is a great way to build the beginnings of a head. So I have it, and see that head would go on here like this later. All right, those are some options. If I want to build like a snout, like it's going to have a pig or a bear or a dog or something, another great way you can do this is put like a ball of clay like that. And remember, just like I did this piece, I just sort of flatten it out. I can take that piece and I can go ahead and I can put nose holes in it. I can carve like a mouth into it by subtracting some clay, by moving the clay around. If you're going to make eyes, you could do this. However, it's sort of boring that way. That's okay if you're in a hurry. Do something better than that if you have time, which you will have time. So you're going to go ahead and do something like more like this. Add some clay on there. I can add the clay like this, and I can put pupils in there by doing that kind of thing. Pretend I want ears. How do I make ears? I don't know. You have to figure out the solutions and just try things out. So I'm going to see you trying to cut pieces out. Another strategy is you can cut things, make a little slab, trying to get stuck to your table. If it gets stuck, you can get a little piece of scrap paper and stick it on your table. And that way when you hammer it down, it doesn't get stuck. But see, I made a piece and I cut out a triangle. Then I can find a tool, for example, like this, and I can just mash this tool into it to create an ear shape. And this makes a great ear, like for pigs, dogs, cats, lots of things. So I'm going to put a little ear like that. If I want to make more than one of them, I could use this piece. Use it like it's a little template. And I can go ahead and trace one, and I can cut it out. So I'm going to put that on here, and I'm going to trace a piece, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that thing out. So I'm going to chop it, cut it, and I'm going to make a secondary ear for my piece. That looks pretty cool. Here it is again. I'm going to push the tool into it. Now here's the essential part that you're going to make sure that you guys have to do. Pretend I like this. If you like the pieces after you try them on, you have to go ahead and make sure you score and slip everything on really, really, really well. Scoring is like making it like Velcro. You want to make it sort of like very rough, so there's lots of little lines on it. You would do it to both pieces you're going to attach. And I just sort of gently push it on. Little tiny things like this, you are just going to basically put a little bit of slip. Slip is your clay glue. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to score and slip them. Scoring is the scratching. Slipping is the glue. So you do both pieces, make it super duper rough, like that, and do this piece too. Otherwise, if you don't, they're going to fall apart later when they dry. They'll stay apart while you're building on them. I can guarantee that. I'll blow some of that slip off of there. And I've got my head. Remember, if you're going to put it on, here I'm going to turn this one this way so you can see it in the camera. I'm going to score and slip this piece very, very well. This is where they're going to break. So you score it and slip it. Pretend I scored and slipped it well. Now, this part right here, this is where you're going to reinforce it. Put a little extra clay like this, dip a little slip on it, and you're going to go ahead and just put like a little extra collar and mash that in there. Work that in with your finger. Get rid of that gap. Get rid of the gap. So it's going to be stronger and it's well built. You can do things with the feet by carving them, subtracting, but remember, be careful. If I'm picking this up, this is going to want to split the backbone, so be careful, be very gentle. And you can carve, you could draw things in. You can make tails. Don't make a tail that sticks straight out. It's asking to be broken. If you do it like that, yours is going to get broken. If you were making a tail, I will show you another example. Here's some ones that other kids have done. This isn't a toothless. Notice the tail is connected here and here. This is well built. This person's not going to have their thing break. Here's a nice example of a horse. Turn it different directions, but notice the tail. See how it's attached here and here with scoring and slipping? This person built it well. Because they did quality work, they get quality results. Here's another nice example of a cow. Notice quality work gave them quality results, and their things are staying in one piece. Oh my gosh, there's others under there. Yes, you can do things on the underside too. Just make sure it goes with your design, and make sure well, obviously it's got to be appropriate. It's a cow, so that's perfectly okay, right? This person, they made theirs. I'm not exactly 100% sure what this guy is, but he's like a cool dragon. Notice the teeth. They scored him and slipped them. Notice the claws over here. Very well built. They're actually quite sharp little buggers. But this is well built. And because they built it well with scoring and slipping each piece, theirs will stay together. Remember, if you get done early today, I want you to go ahead. You can clean up, put your clay back in the bag, put your tools away, double wash your tables with sponges today, and then you help any kid who's not done. If there's a kid who's absent, help build them something. If there's someone who's good at doing a pig, make them another pig. If there's someone who's good at a cat, make them another cat. Go ahead. Have a good day. Make sure, keep an eye on the time and do your best. No throwing in the clay. Mr. Poe out. Bye.